What's going on, everyone? Trevor Bauer. Will he ever pitch again? That's kind of the question that everyone seems to have. The league extended his suspension longer, so now his fate is kind of up in the air. I would be completely surprised if he ever pitched for the Dodgers again. I highly doubt he'll ever put on the Dodger uniform again and be a pitcher. If you don't know what's going on with Trevor Bauer, I'll link a video down in the description below that brings you up to speed with everything. And you can watch it either before or after, whatever works for you. But as far as him pitching in the major leagues, period, I don't know. I really doubt he will. Because the problem is that whether he's innocent or not, however you feel about this situation, he already has that stain on his image. Whether it was consensual, whether it wasn't, the idea that he is into that kind of extremities as far as, with women, it's very hard to kind of present him as your starting pitcher. If you've ever been to a baseball game when they now at the mound, but it's really hard to get everyone to stand up and clap for a guy that did what he did. Again, whether it's consensual or not, again, that's not what this video is about. It's just about him pitching in general. It's hard for a team, and let alone fans in general, to really support him and get behind him, especially given the times we're in. I mean, cancel culture is running rampant with anything anybody says that is even remotely wrong, let alone something that looks and sounds as bad as this, whether he did it or not. We don't live by, at least in the current times, of you're innocent until proven guilty. It is the opposite. You're guilty until proven innocent in most people's eyes. Most people hear something and they just assume that you're the bad guy or girl, whatever. And that's kind of the world that we live in right now. And it's really hard to see him putting on a uniform and teams and fans rallying behind him, given the circumstances that they're in at this time. Now, could it happen? Could he clean up his image? I don't know, because he hasn't even been charged with anything. He won the case for the restraining order, but there's been no formal charges. There hasn't been anything saying that he's guilty. I mean, even the woman said in her statements in court under oath that it was consensual, that they did it 7 times. He just got carried away and out of hand after the fact. That's how she felt after the fact. Again, whether it was gold digging, whether it was just she was upset with him because he didn't want to pursue her anymore, he didn't want to continue, whatever the case may be, his image himself is still tarnished. People are going to rally around the fact that they don't want to see him ever again in a uniform. And whether that's right or not, it's just the reality we live in. And these teams, these organizations aren't going to say, hey, you know what, he's innocent. Hey, you know what, he's a good guy. They're not. They're going to say, well, we're not going to lose revenue. We're not going to lose money. We're not going to pay you $30 million a year to throw the baseball when we're losing more than that in revenue because you're our starting pitcher. I just don't see him ever returning to baseball. Whether he was innocent or not, this is the end of his career, in my opinion. I just think that unless he goes somewhere else, he goes overseas or he plays in another, minor league or another pro league somewhere else. I just think in MLB, Major League Baseball, I don't see him ever getting the opportunity to put on a uniform again. Time heals all, time changes all, but he's also not 22, 23 to where he can sit out for 5 years, let things blow over, and come back in and still be an elite pitcher. I just don't see that happening. He's getting older. This suspension could be 2 years. They're talking about. They're talking about suspending him minimum 2 years for a guy that hasn't even had any formal charges brought to him in the court of law and may get suspended for 2 years. I mean, he missed pretty much this whole year. So now let's say he does get suspended 2 years. Now you're talking 3 years that he's out of the league. I don't even know if anyone would take him back, even if they wanted to, just because he's missed so much time. But as always, this is a discussion, and I want to hear from you. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you think he'll ever suit up for the major leagues again, or do you think, no, his career's done? If you want to give your opinion on how you feel about this case, please feel free. Again, I just didn't want to dive into that too much because I already have a video in regards to that, so I don't want to reiterate things. I just wanted it to focus on Trevor Bauer and him potentially pitching ever again in the league. But feel free to give me your input down in the comments below. Again, if you have not yet, hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification so you never miss an upload. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.